#girly pop. Hap 18 months. Hashtag get supported nerd Camille 7GSN1 Camille 7GSN2.
Hello everyone! How's it going? I'm so sorry that I'm late. Oh my gosh. I know. Sorry. Poor Bumble threw up everywhere, so I had to take care of him, but he's okay. He's okay. He's fine. We made sure that he's okay. So he's perfectly fine. I miss you since so long. Hi, Scorpy. Let me go ahead and shout you out, okay? Go and shout you out. Let me see if this works. It does work. Let's go. Okay. Thank you, Scorpy, for coming along. Let me check out my welcome crew, okay? I have, let's see, I have Cammy, who gifted a sub to Ducky. Let's go! Thank you, Cammy. Thank you. Ducky, enjoy your new emotes, courtesy of Cammy, and also ad free viewing. Yeah, let's go. You got cheese. Cheese. I do have cheese in the fridge. Oh, hold on. I just realized something. Poor Bumby is behind chat, and I don't know why. Bumby, where are you? Where are you, silly boy? There you go. He's so big. Where's my chat? Oh, I just realized fucking chat is all like in Narnia. Hold on. There you go. I don't know why that moved. Sorry. Hello to Scorpy, Shadow. Let me shout Shadow out as well. Hold on. There you go. Ducky, Dro, yes. Oh, I should probably add you guys to here. If some of you guys are streaming, let me know as well. I'd love to add you and share our chat. Because I should have asked you guys yesterday. Honestly, that was on me. My bad. Let me Cammy, Milla, Scarlett. There you are. Joe. Ken, hi Ken, how are you? How are you loopy yet? Are you all fucked up? Like, Ken today had 4 wisdom teeth all pulled, and how's it going? Emily Duck Park Ranger, hi Emily, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Also, thank you, Cammy, for the 18 months. I appreciate you. Holy shit, it's 18 months. That's crazy. In addition, thank you, Shadow, for the 185 stream streak. What the fuck? It's still going strong. Let's go. Sorry, Bumble. Yeah, Bumble's not feeling too well. Girly Pop begins. Hi, Nix. How are you? The queen was late and I was not ready. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Let me go ahead and get you guys in here as well. Darling. Do I have enough room? I'm just gonna remove my name then. That's okay. Dynasty Warrior Origins. When was the last time you streamed? I feel like you haven't streamed in so long. Bree, hello, hello. Zeno, let me go and chat you out as well. All my Girly Pops. Oh my Girly Pops. Valorant, you better be on that. Good. He literally pain isn't coming. Yeah, they just numbed him. He wasn't even on painkillers. By the way, I have something to I have to keep up with Toaster because he's been hydrating me and everyone else as well. I'm gonna try to keep this light because I need to get to you guys as soon as I can. Posture check and stretch, of course. Thank you. Zeno, thank you for the lurk as well. I appreciate you here. Hi, Crep. Oh, you got scammed again? Damn. Again, huh? Indiana Jones, the Great Circle. Excellent. Girly Pops is genius. Manly Pops. Thank you for the hydrate, Crab. Let's go. Looking to drown me. That's fine. I need more water to begin with. Oops, I accidentally hit my mug. Oh, Bree, hold on 1 second. I have like a billion things on right now, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Pure testosterone pops? Ew. Gotta make you work? Alright. 1 second, okay? 1 second. I will get your fishing up in a sec. So before I hop in and unmute to be with the other girlies, I wanted to say thank you guys for your patience. I really appreciate you guys in my small emergency that I had to deal with. And in addition, today we're going to read out. I'm gonna read out some really fun stories, I think. So I think you'll really like them. I'm gonna put them on a wheel and you'll be able to hear it. So let's head on over to everybody, okay? Let's head on over.
Am I the assholes for this?
Hello guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Please don't be sorry. Doggo's important.
Oops. I had to answer that really quickly. I just wanted to get that out the way. Okay. Yeah, he's fine. I think he's okay. He was just throwing up everywhere. I was trying to figure out.
He ate something?
I think so, because okay. There's Legos all over my fucking floor right now.
Oh no.
And so I think he ate one, sniffing it. So we had to induce a little bit of vomiting. Okay, it took a little bit, but he got it out. He did get it out. So Gibby's not going to be putting any more Legos on the floor. Okay. Anyway, so we have learned our lesson. How are your crafts going, you guys? How is crafts going?
I already finished one.
You already finished one. What the?
Yeah.
Holy,
I
she's
made
just
one flower out of 3.
going through it. Oh, let me get you
I'm just
all
currently
in
working
there.
on a pattern of lesbian combat.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you heard right. So it's Mortal Kombat Dragon Boat with a lesbian flag in the back.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm gonna make myself kind of small so I can get you guys.
I'll send an
I wanna
image reference of what I'm currently working on.
I want Shammy's stuff in there too.
I'm working on
Hopefully you guys
a-
can see. Oh my gosh, I don't think you guys can. I'm gonna have to pull this back a little, huh? Oh no, you see my all black PJs. What are you gonna do? Here? Is this here? 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 I'm working here. Got it. Pets eating the rules. Pets eating any stray Legos is a great fear of mine, so do hope Bumble be doing okay. He is fine. He is fine. He did throw it up, which I'm very happy that he did. We'll probably take him tomorrow to see if there's anything extra that we need to be worried about. Today, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna probably make... I'll put chat here. I'm gonna put chat here. Here behind the wheel. I'm gonna make the wheel go away after a while, but I'm gonna put... Okay, let's... Are you guys ready for the first story? Let's start with that.
I'm so excited since I helped curate them.
Yes.
I'm so
Shammy has had done the legwork for this entire thing, so just be aware. Okay, Shammy has done the legwork. Oh, well, actually,
Shammy, if
I
approved them,
listen.
Okay, we read the titles to Frito so that she could like non-biasedly approve them. If that
I agree.
that probably makes it worse now that I've said that. But, like,
yeah, I don't know that you helped.
you know.
Well, let me. Well, what is everyone working on? I'm sorry. Other than I know that Cammy just explained.
Yeah,
you're working
in
on.
the VC chat. I posted a picture of the lesbian combat.
Chat, you're gonna see their stuff go away for 1 second. I just want to see what this is. Oh, VC chat, you said. I'm sorry. Let me look.
Hello.
Ah, I see. I see. Hello. Hi,
Is
Van.
that Van? Oh my god.
I made it.
Van, you
You
did
did
make it. Let's
We've never been in a
go.
voice chat together, Van. I'm so excited.
That's so exciting.
That's so exciting.
I wish there was a way for me to zoom out with my webcam, and unfortunately I cannot. I have to just lean it back as far as possible and hope that you guys just
Hi, my name's
don't see
QBJun.
anything stupid.
She, her, I
Hi, Marcy!
play,
Marcy!
zombie games.
Thank you for the zombie game, Jun. I appreciate you. Toaster just redeemed a hydrate, so let's go and hydrate.
Hydrate.
Van Toaster, cheers.
Thank you, Toaster.
Here's
So Shammy, what are you working on?
am working on Lego lotus flowers, and I have completed one already. So I did this one,
Very pretty. Let me
and
just.
then I'm working on another one.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very pretty.
Yes.
I love that. How many bags are there? I know it says that you're on bag 2 right now, currently.
Yeah, there's 3 bags. Each flower is a bag, which is very easy. I was happy
There you
about
go.
that. I was gonna do like the more complicated off-brand one, but that one's kind of a mess. So yeah.
I am for my craft today. I'm gonna be making a ruby carbuncle from Final Fantasy 14.
Ooh.
So that is what I'm gonna be working on. Okay, so I have a story before any of the stories start. I was supposed to go and get my, because I didn't know what I wanted to do for my craft. Okay, I was like, I've been trying to get all of this done for Girly Pop Week, and I didn't even think about like, what am I gonna do for craft night. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do Ruby Carbuncle, but I don't have any of the like materials and stuff. So I thought, okay, after work, I'm gonna go straight over to Michael's and go and grab some yarn, which is great. Great idea. Unfortunately, it is like 5 Fahrenheit, 5 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm so sorry, Canadians. Shammy, do you know? That's like below 0 for Celsius. It's terrible. Let me find.
I want to say that's like -9 degrees Celsius.
What is this in 5 Fahrenheit in Celsius? It is -15.
I was
That's
wrong.
pretty cold.
So it is -15. Oh, sorry. Let me grab chat again. There you go. Is that better? No. Why? But yeah, I go and get into my car, and I attempt to go to start it. It does not start. My car does not start. And so I'm like, no, I will hit you up with what? You want something to be done, huh? Scorpy, this is what I was afraid of. I was afraid that people would be like, I will hit the shit out of it. The car? Don't hit my car. And so, wait, wrong chat. What the fuck? Scorpy?
What?
He said wrong chat. What do you mean?
He was also in mine. He was talking about rivals in mine.
Oh, let me go ahead and sorry, I didn't while I'm telling the story. So I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I'm not gonna have anything for craft night. Like, what am I gonna do? And I go to I was telling Tep actually, because Tep is Tepski is, oh sorry, Shitep is in my area. Like he's literally like 15 minutes away from me. And thank you, Joe. I see you. He's 15 minutes away from me. And so he was like, well, I can pick you up and I can just like, you can go and grab your stuff. So I was like, thank fuck. So thankfully, Tep managed to take me to go and grab my materials for craft night. So
Man,
thank
so
you.
You almost didn't have a craft for him.
Yeah,
Good.
true. I would have not. Cammy, are you streaming?
I'm not.
Okay, no worries. I just wanted to make sure because we have shared chat on. You banging the door,
Sounds
crazy.
like
Why
you
are we
had
fucking
a-
door cars here? This is the reason why. I did. I had a full day. I had an extended day. It's just a lot. It was a lot. Now I can't find my phone. That's awesome. Nice. Ooh, Crap is. What are you gonna get, Crap? And while we're doing that, so let me spin my wheel of names. Ooh, okay. So The story that we have to start is, am I the asshole for reporting my coworker for cheating in the company walking competition?
Let's go.
So,
Let's go.
so let's start with that one. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Phoneless behavior. That is true. I have phoneless behavior right now. Let me see. So these were, like we said, chosen by Shammy and then screened by Frito. So.
I don't know what that says, but there
Can't
you
wait. It ought to be good.
Okay, so am I the asshole for reporting my coworker for cheating in the company walking competition? At our last company meeting, they announced that there would be a step competition. Participation was voluntary. If the average number of steps is greater than or equal to 5K per day, all participants get a Friday half day. The person with the most steps overall will win an Apple Watch. We would log our steps during work days only for 20 days. I've been in a funk lately and was glad for an excuse to get back into my fitness routine. I love running and asked if steps from running could be counted. Matt, who volunteered to manage the competition, said that it did. My goal was 20,000 steps a day, thinking this would easily put me in the lead. But on day one, this guy Dave posted 23,000. I sent him a message on Teams saying something along the lines of, "It's on." And the next day, I put in 24,000. He answers back with 25,000. Another coworker, Jenna, also joins in. The three of us started having daily chats about our workouts. By week 2, it's looking certain one of us will win, and the whole group is absolutely getting a half day off of work. Then I checked the log, and out of nowhere, Tiffany, who had been posting 10 to 15,000 per day, posts 65,000 steps. For perspective, a marathon I ran resulted in 52,000. So I'm skeptical. But also, maybe Tiffany ran an actual ultra marathon on a workday? Who knows? I sent her a Teams message and says, "That's a lot of steps. What's your secret?" She said she plays volleyball and wanted to count the steps from her games, but can't safely keep her phone or watch on her to keep count. To solve this problem, Matt looked up a chart online that gives a step equivalent for other activities. So,
Oh my god.
for example, volleyball is 89 steps per minute, while tennis is 133 steps per minute, etc. Fair enough, but the math still ain't mathin', so I said, "Wow, so you must have played for like 8 hours." Her reply was, "Well, I also rode my bike." Now this is where I call bullshit, so I clarified, "You counted riding your bike?" Turns out, she didn't just use the chart for volleyball. She used to count everything she did and converted it into steps. So, bike riding, stretching, yoga, washing dishes. All great, but those are still not steps. This seemed pretty lame to me, and I said,
You're dancing while doing dishes.
I don't think that's really in the spirit of the competition. I immediately went to Matt to ask about this chart, specifically if bike riding counted towards steps. He said bike riding didn't count, and it was too different and also unfair since not every employee has access to a bike. I thanked him for clarifying and told him that Tiffany might also need some clarification. Not 2 minutes later, I get this message from Tiffany saying, "Really? You complained about me? That's actually not in the spirit of the competition. I lost a pet recently, and I've been so depressed. I've been struggling to lose weight, and I am so proud of my steps from yesterday. Not everyone can be a marathon runner like you. Really uncool." I knew I was being a little cheeky going to Matt, but Tiffany's message really took me by surprise. Am I the a-hole?
Oh god.
I kind of think that they're the a-hole.
Yeah?
So hear me out. My reasoning is that they said it's not in the spirit of the competition, but the reason that employers do these is because they want their employees to be active because
Yes,
of like
that's
health
the whole
insurance
point.
stuff.
Who cares how you got active? Like
Exactly. So riding a bike 100% it counts towards the like spirit of getting active. Because
yeah.
actually riding a bike gets a hell of a lot better, like heart rate up and like good cardio versus walking. But that
They
is
probably
like
picked walking because it's easy for anybody to do, right?
exactly,
Like most people can
exactly.
walk. Like
So like, you know, it is what it is that like, you know, some people can't or won't be able to participate at that level, which is why personally I don't even like these kinds of competitions anyway, because as somebody who has an autonomic nervous you know, dysfunction that like makes my heart rate ridiculous, it's kind of like crap because I wouldn't be able to participate, like go running the way that like this guy does. But it doesn't really matter because it wasn't obviously made for me and whatever. Like I just don't think they probably should be giving away that kind of a prize, like the Apple Watch. It's one thing
Yeah.
to give away a half day, it's a whole other thing to give away an Apple Watch. But anyway,
That's
so
kind of
personally,
excessive, yeah, I feel like.
it
it's
is for
really,
an
yeah,
office thing, yeah.
it's very ableist. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I
But
mean,
it feels a little
kind
ableist.
of a little
No, for
bit,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So I think that if we're going with like what is the spirit of this competition, it's about being active. And so I think that bike riding should count, but I think it's a fundamentally flawed thing when it's based on steps, because you're right, you can't really convert those. It doesn't really equate. But at the same time, and so like if you say it's supposed to be steps and then you allow things that are not steps, you know, you make the competition like confused and difficult. But like, I don't know.
Here's
I
my
feel like he's
thing.
kind of way overboard, like
Yes,
being
like,
mad
okay,
about it.
if Tiffany perhaps stretched the truth or exaggerated or cheated, that would be on her. But at the same time, like she'd obviously be moving still if she was biking or whatever. And then number two, if you're getting like, I don't know, is that any of your business? If you're getting a day off work, just take, or half a day, just take it, right? And also number three, okay, if you're working a full-time job, who has the time or energy to be looking up charts like, well, how many steps is that? Did she like, blah, 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 like get a fucking life? What?
Yeah,
Like,
I
shouldn't
totally
you be
agree.
going for a walk instead of looking up this fucking chart? Like,
I
he's
think
an
it's
asshole,
only
yes,
because
in my
of that
opinion.
watch. It's got to be the watch that's like
Who
making.
wants to watch that battle? Just buy a watch. If you're working full time, just buy a watch. Like, I don't know. Like,
True. How much money do these people make? Because I mean, Apple Watches
yeah,
are
real.
expensive. To be fair, like
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
like most of them are around like $500 or something like that. So that's like just too excessive of a prize for this.
It is very excessive.
If it was just the day off, like, and you know, this person who was posting like was flipping out about it, I'd be like, okay, get a life, bro.
He sounds
But,
like an
like-
asshole in other ways, like not just this, but he sounds like an asshole.
You know,
Like, I'm
right?
sorry, he just does. Like,
To-
Poor
to
Matt
get all
in the middle of
encompassing
it.
experience like that, like
Fucking Matt
Yeah.
being like, that's not part of it, but should I tell her that biking shouldn't be part of it? Or should I tell him that biking isn't part of
you're
it?
discouraging her from being active. Like, doesn't
Yeah.
that suck?
well, so you
Like,
can be right. Like, wow, dude, congratulations, I guess. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? Like, no, I'm sorry, you're not being active in the way that I want you to be active, so
also, just like personally, the half day off would be more of an incentive to me than an Apple Watch. That's just
Yeah, get
That's
me out of
fucked
work.
up.
I want to get out of
honestly,
work.
yeah, especially on a Friday, like that would be way more incentive. Keep your watch. Dude can have it. That if he wants to like look up charts and shit, that's enough
Ah.
running for
yeah, if
Yeah.
he's gonna be that like weird.
It is weird. It's so weird. Like, why?
I think that it was a flawed situation to start, so maybe the boss is the asshole for setting up this kind of a competition.
No,
Maybe they
capitalism is
should-
the asshole.
yeah.
Capitalism.
It all
There
goes
is. Now
back.
we've
It
got
always
to the
goes
crux.
back.
Now
They should
we've
have
gotten
done
to the
like
crux of the
calories
issue.
burned or something, so you can take a long nap and it still counts because you burn calories in your sleep.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Or at work, you burn calories while you're at work because you're just living at work, right?
Exactly.
I mean, when I used to wear a smartwatch, it would always count my steps while I'm crocheting.
Really?
Yeah, because I was constantly like moving my wrists back and forth.
Also, I'm sorry, but you do get
So-
steps when you're like doing chores around the house. A lot of people do that to get steps. They'll wear their watch like doing chores. That's a way to get steps. Matt, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Matt was the
Doesn't matter.
boss. Matt was the
Okay,
boss.
okay.
Yeah. I honestly think the OP sounds... I don't know. I don't know if they sound female or male. I don't know. but either way, they
Sounds like
I
a
don't know.
Reddit dude to me, but that's
A
just
Reddit dude, a Reddit mod. You think a Reddit
yes,
mod is
yes,
it?
yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, based upon
Yeah.
the
Yes.
okay, so everybody says here, I'm guessing yes, yes.
Yeah.
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 In chat, surprisingly, there were only 2 votes in the poll, but
Jesus
they
fucking
said
Christ, Matthew.
not the asshole.
Matthew.
They said majority was
Mine
not
said
the asshole
either.
for
Really?
chat.
Mhm.
Yeah. Interesting. Very
Wow.
interesting.
Okay.
Well, also we have a hydrate from Ray. Thank you. Also posture check. Hi June, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What are you making? It looks beautiful. It is well, it's not really anything right now, but it's gonna be a ruby carbuncle.
Dude, can I just say too, your reading of the story added to it for me. Your voices and stuff were hilarious. Like that was making me laugh. You did a
Yeah,
great
I'm
job.
trying. Okay, I'm trying out here. Struggle. Let's go on to the next story, shall we? Shall we?
Yeah.
Unless we have
Yeah.
anything else to say.
I have
Yes.
one last thing. It sounds like she's, I don't know, like actually doing the things, the person who he's tattling on. But honestly, if you want to like, I don't know. So it was the winner gets all of those prizes, or like, I forgot what they said. Because
everybody gets the half day off, but then the person with the most gets the watch. I think.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
what you want to do is you want to cheat, not obviously. Like you gotta like bring
Yeah.
it down a notch.
Yeah.
Don't go from like 20 to 60 in like 2 days.
Yeah, be like that
exactly.
one guy where he was like, "Oh, you did 24,000. Don't worry, I did 26,000." Like, just be kind of close, you know.
Cheat smart, everybody. That's the conclusion. Cheat
You can't
smart.
be too
Conclusion.
obvious.
Yeah.
Jeez. Get it
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Hi, Kat. No worries. Don't worry about it. If you want to, feel free to just like chill and chat and listen to stories if you want to. You don't have to be on stream. I appreciate that you were that you signed up for it. You are in our thoughts, okay? We love you. Feel better soon. Okay, so we have our next story coming up. What is it gonna be? Let's look. It is... Oh, okay. This is the one that Frito was actually very into. My 24 girlfriend, 22, read my diary, and I can't get over it. So, let's see. See what this is about. Okay. All right, so. What? Oh, it's been removed.
What?
No.
It's been removed.
Not the dirty delete.
Oh.
We just
Girlfriend
we
probably found
just
I was gonna say that must have been the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been the asshole then. The dirty delete. Oh no.
Interesting,
Oh, man,
because
I'm
somebody said, okay, the first comment is, break it off, broke major trust. Sorry, that's just too crazy. Speak to her about it. Why did she do it? Especially after you said not to. Was she looking for a reason to be mad? If so, what are her thoughts about the relationship? OP had responded. She said she could feel something was off, and I guess the curiosity got the best of her. At least she called and immediately admitted it, which makes me still respect her. I mean... So...
Okay.
I did remember reading a little bit of what this was about, actually, because it was very short, to be fair. Okay. Essentially, OP has a diary, and they had been writing about it just their what are you doing? My dog is so funny. He literally knocked over like one of the
real and true.
He knocked over a cleaning thing, and then he just started he jumped immediately. Thank you for the follow, Dubois. Dubois what? Hello. Hello, welcome.
Let's go.
Hello.
He was, you know, writing in his diary very honestly. And so I think he had in his diary, you know, I'm not sure about a relationship. Like, I'm kind of unsure about it, like how I feel. I'm not quite confident. And I guess she ended up reading it. And she confronted him and was like, how can you feel this way about our relationship? And I thought we were fine. And he was like, well, you read my freaking diary. Like, that's a breach in trust for me.
That kind of sucks. Yeah. That's hard. That's a hard one.
Yeah. So, I don't know if this girlfriend ended up finding out about this post, but it's been deleted since. So I guess we'll never know the original. But let's move on to the next one then, since that one is gone. I'm so sorry, guys. So the next one is
TLDR was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad that I'm glad that I read it a little bit fast yesterday before I closed it out. How do I tell, this one's the next one. How do I tell my girlfriend to stop singing without being an asshole?
Oh.
You don't. You can't.
You just don't. You're just, it's over.
Very cut and dry, Dro. I love it.
I see a Zelda mask, a pizza, and yarn. Yes. Oh, you're doing, well, first off, yes, Cammy is cross stitching. Dro is doing some diamond painting. Shami is doing a Lego, and I'm doing crochet. So I'm up here. Hello.
Here is some of the Lego.
Very pretty. Flower Lego. All right, so let me see. How do I tell my GF to stop singing without being an asshole? So, my GF sings a lot. She's a wonderful singer, and I usually enjoy listening to her sing. For context, I have ADHD and autism, and I'm very easily overstimulated by sounds. At times when we are alone, it's quiet, and she starts singing, it can feel grating. The biggest issue for me is that sometimes she'll start singing in the store or in a restaurant, and like pretty loud. This is where it really bugs me. I get overwhelmed and feel like people are staring at us. I find it silly to do it in public, and I don't know how to tell her about making me feel uncomfortable without coming across as really, really mean. We've been together for almost 4 months now. Which for me is like, that's like fucking baby levels. You're literally tiny relationship, but
It's like the honeymoon stage.
yeah, for real, yeah. I'll also mention that we're both in our mid-20s. I love her so much, and I know she really, really loves me, and I don't want to hurt our relationship by saying something and making her feel embarrassed about herself. How do I approach this?
That's hard. Because,
Is that
like,
advice or are they the asshole?
Well, this is asking for advice. Go ahead, Kimmy.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
As someone that sings like in public as well when I stim, because I, being autistic, stim by singing. We don't know her side, if possibly since she's with a neurodivergent partner, maybe she is also neurodivergent, and that is how she stims as well.
Oh, that's a good perspective. Okay.
Because I will stim in a restaurant, I will stim in a grocery store. I give no fucks if people hear me, if I sound really bad or not. It's a comfort for me. If they don't like it, they can just come up to me saying, hey, you're being too loud. That's it. No one has stopped me since I've been doing this, so it's like, obviously they don't have an issue with it. But, you know, if people actually do have an issue, you communicate it instead of being passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the point of like time and place, because like I love singing, but I also wouldn't necessarily be belting it at the grocery stores. I mean, I would sing to myself, sure, but I wouldn't be like Mariah carrying it. You know what I mean? Like, So like I get how that could potentially be like, ugh, but at the same time, like I don't know, it's kinda like Kimmy said, I think you could just be like, hey, like indoor voice, I don't know, like you don't have to tell her stop singing altogether. But at the
Or
same
even
time,
being communicating of, hey, I'm a little overstimulated right now. Could you sing another time, or could you sing at a different volume, kind of thing? And
and
if
then
the
take her
partner
to
also has
karaoke.
like
Take
ear
her on a
defenders. Ear
yeah.
defenders are a great thing for when you're overstimulated.
Yeah.
Like you just need to have your equipment, and you're good.
Take her to a karaoke date so she can let it all out there.
Yeah.
Not even joking. Like take her somewhere so she can sing to her heart's content.
Yeah.
I think that like I can understand you know, having a partner
Sure.
that is like a very anxious partner.
Yes,
I can
yes.
understand you know, like that feeling. So I think really I feel like it feels so obvious to me to just communicate. I don't know. And
Just to
never you
people
don't have
like
to be
yeah.
you don't have to be harsh or anything, and I don't if you say it the right way, I don't think she would feel bad. Be like, I really love your singing, but sometimes it's really hard for me because it's overstimulating and I want to be happy together and I want to find a way that works for this. So what do you think?
She
Like
possibly doesn't even know that she's bothering you because you didn't bring it
that's
up.
the thing. Like if you don't
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
something, nobody
Yeah.
can
Don't
know that
communicate.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
So
It's
just
not
say
their
it.
job to read your mind.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Just say it. And if she's like for instance what you're saying, Cami, like this is me stimming, like this is a non-negotiable, be like, okay, well, what else could we do to work through this? And the answer could be, yeah, like you know, earplugs or things like that, you know,
Yeah.
ways that he can deal with it. So I don't know, it just feels to me like it's so obvious to just communicate.
Yeah.
it's a communication diff. Literally communication issue.
Yeah, and she's not
Comms
gonna feel
issue.
bad. It's if you go and you say like, wow, your singing sucks, can you shut the fuck up? Like, yeah, she'd feel bad. But like
Yeah.
if you're like, no, I really love your singing, but like I can't handle it in certain situations, you know, it's really difficult for me, but I want to be able to make sure that you're happy as well. What can we do to like, you know, find a good solution?
Compromise.
You know, like I feel like that is just so obvious and she wouldn't feel bad. You know, I certainly wouldn't feel bad. So assuming that like, you know,
And if she
Right?
does feel bad when you're being so like honest about it, then it's not the right.
yeah, because it's
Person,
That's another
yeah.
problem.
exactly
Yeah,
at the end of
yeah.
the day, if that's the thing that makes her happy and you absolutely can't deal with it, then maybe it's not the right fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it's a
Yeah.
non-negotiable for both people, that's just the way that it works. So I don't know, just try some options. Oh my god.
The whole set's done. I want to show you guys all together. The whole set's done. This is
The whole
them.
set's done.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this some bars now. This is them all
Yay.
together.
Oh,
So
you have
cute,
another one.
right?
Thank God. I was like, oh God, you're all done? Fuck. What are you gonna do
Shammy got to
now?
be a fourth before me.
1 year, 6 months, 20 or 2 days and 22 hours. Let's go, Crap. Hasn't been that long. Crap, you literally have been following me since
You're
I've
the OGs, Crab.
practically started
Let's
streaming.
see mine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cammy has been definitely. I think Cammy followed me before I even started streaming. So
What?
like
No,
officially.
you had just started streaming, because Shammy was the one that posted to be like, hey, this is my friend. She just started streaming.
Did I
Yeah.
just start? Did I just start? 1 year,
Yeah,
7
it was
months?
in
Was it
Yeah.
your debut? Was it perhaps for your debut?
No, it wasn't debut. You were still PNG.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still
These look like
PNG.
pretzel pieces. Can I intrusive thought? These are pretzel pieces. Thank you, everybody.
I intrusive
Anyway.
thought like all the time. It's terrible. I just go
Don't
off
eat
and
Lego
talk about
kids.
something
Don't.
else. Thankfully, I like intrusive thought and come back to my original thought sometimes. Like it's a 50-50. I followed you sometime after your first appearance on Burner's stream as Tanuki Girl. I'm telling you, Bernuki.
I handed Bree my leftover pieces because he has a massive collection of Lego. And he like jokingly put them in his mouth. I wasn't expecting not put them in his mouth, but like he like scooped them up like a snack to put it his way.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like he threw it back, but not his ass, his hand. Sorry.
Put it in your mouth. What is it? No, you shouldn't be sorry, Jane. Don't apologize. So
True. I'm not sorry. That's the thing. No, I'm not.
Should you?
I'm just not. I just said it.
We're gonna do sunflowers now.
Let's go sunflowers. Yes.
Can we be more clear that before like you got here, we were just talking about dogs for a while? Like that's why there's so
Yeah,
many
there's a
dog
lot
pics
of
in
dog
chat.
pictures.
Yeah, we shared dog pictures in the chat. And cat pictures and cats.
And cat.
It's true. It's just true.
Yes.
We love all the animals.
Oh my gosh. I actually wanted to read this one. My
Oh yeah.
my 32 female future stepdaughter, 12 female, destroyed my wedding dress a week before the wedding. I'm torn between giving her another chance or calling off the whole thing, the wedding. Okay, let's see.
Before you said that last part, I was about to be like, "Kid's the asshole." But that's just me, because kids. But then you said the last thing, and I was like, "Oh, call off a wedding, because
Well, let's
What?
see. Well, let's see. Let's see what the
What?
OP has to say.
what?"
What?
So, I am beyond frustrated right now, and I am on the verge of giving my fiance, Alan, 39 male, an ultimatum that I really don't want to give. Alan and I have been dating for almost 3 years and have been engaged for a year with our wedding date in a week. He had told me on our first date he was a package deal. His daughter, Rose, is his entire world. I was perfectly okay with it, and we started hanging out together. Alan's ex, Carrie, 38 female, is still in the picture, as she and Alan are co-parenting. Carrie doesn't like me one bit. Alan told me that he and Carrie had been high school/college sweethearts, and she had always held on to hope that he'd come back to her. But Alan also confided in me that Carrie wasn't a great partner. She adores Rose, but she treated Alan badly during their entire relationship. You name it, she did it. Emotional abuse, gaslighting, financial abuse, belittling, etc. He finally got the courage to walk away from her when he discovered that she was having an affair. Rose was maybe 6 when Alan learned about the affair. Unfortunately, the courts still granted Carrie 50-50 custody, despite the amount of evidence against her. Rose and I have a bit of a strange relationship. I understand it, having grown up in a divorced home that both parents remarried. She's a preteen and has some conflicted thoughts about her dad marrying a new woman instead of going back to her mother. But she has been really haughty and nasty towards me. She makes cutting comments and will respond with, "You're not my mother," when I ask her to stop. Alan has tried to set down ground rules, but she flippantly tells him that OP's not going to last. I put up with it because I love Alan, and sometimes Rose behaves herself. Seriously, she's not a horrible kid. She gets good grades in school, she's in the youth symphony, and takes dance classes. She's really popular, bubbly, and friendly when she isn't being mean to me. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. Alan and I have talked about it constantly, and have even involved Carrie, but Carrie just brushes it off, telling me to mind my own beeswax. We've tried therapy, groundings, and everything else, but nothing works. That brings us to tonight. A couple of weeks ago, alterations on my wedding dress was finished. I was really excited. My late grandmother, who I was really close to, made her own wedding dress after seeing photos of Grace Kelly and many women in our family that have worn it to their weddings or have had their dresses designed after it. As I am taller than my grandmother, I had mine made. It's really special to me. I had the dress saved in my closet, tucked in a garment bag. Alan and I don't live together. However, my apartment is close to one of Rose's friends, so we had an arrangement that on some days, Alan has custody. Rose will hang out at her friend's house and then come over for dinner with Alan and I. After we watch a movie or play Nintendo Switch, Alan will take Rose to his place. Today was one of those days. Alan was running late from work and called to let me know. Rose arrived and everything was normal. I stepped into the kitchen to finish preparing dinner, leaving Rose alone. If I had any inkling of what was about to happen, I would have done something different. Dinner was ready, and I went to get Rose. I passed my bedroom door, and something about the way that the sliding closet door was positioned made me want to check. My dress had been cut to pieces with a pair of scissors and covered in glitter paint. My veil was torn to shreds, and it's completely ruined. I broke down crying. I wasn't too upset to even be angry. I was too upset to even be angry. Alan arrived and found me in a mess. He was beyond furious and went to Rose, confronting her about it. Rose admitted it with a shrug of her shoulders and said, "What's the point? She's just a fat old cow anyway." Alan confiscated her cell phone and immediately called Carrie to discuss the punishment. I don't know how or why, but this is the straw that is breaking the camel's back. I have gone through so much with Rose. I have tried to be caring and compassionate, and this is my reward. Now that my sadness has faded away, it has been replaced with boiling anger. I'm tempted to just call off the wedding and leave Alan to deal with his brat of a daughter. This was not an accident. This was on purpose. But then I remember that Rose is part of Alan's life, and I love Alan, but I don't know if I can keep taking it. So what do I do now?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's okay. I know this might be a possibly unpopular opinion, but this makes me think that this little girl, not saying it's okay at all, this little girl is clearly hurting and mourning the relationship of her parents. That is obvious, right? To me, it is, at least. More needs to be done for her. Perhaps her father. Sorry, did it mention how long that OP and the dad were dating for?
Let me see. Yes, dating for about 3 years, engaged for 1.
It makes me wonder how soon after the divorce did they like meet up? Like, I don't know. Did she have time to grieve the relationship of her parents? Like that's not the point. I realize. I'm just like kind of thinking out loud here.
No, but you have a very unique perspective as well, where like you can see that the grief of your parents' relationship as a child in that situation is necessary to happen.
Yeah, and like it makes me wonder if her dad or like both her parents are perhaps like, are they handling this properly? Are they doing enough for her? Like, I know therapy, etc. was mentioned, but like, I don't know. Sometimes you need to find the right fit. It doesn't click right away. Like, this is also a kid, like an adolescent child that's already hard enough at a base level without other shit going on. Now, saying that, like, obviously, it is very serious what she did to her future stepmother's dress. And if I were OP, I wouldn't want anything to do with that either, to be frank with you. Like, because as mentioned, it is a package deal. You are marrying the father and his child. And to me, it would be like, I don't know, like, is he being an appropriate parent? I don't know these people's lives. I don't know their relationship. I don't know his parenting style, but like, I don't know. I would be disturbed that my partner's child is acting out like this, and I would probably call off the wedding. Frankly, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I think that should go like whether you're getting married or not. When you're dating a parent, you should realize that like their child will be involved whether you like that or not. So yeah, if you're not prepared for that, then yeah, don't marry into that. That was an all over the place answer, but you know.
You word saladed it, but you finished.
I did. I'm sorry.
You finished it at the end, so I'm glad.
Yes. Thank
Stuck
you.
the
Thank you,
landing.
Kimmy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll be here all night doing my flower.
Any other comments?
But-
what would you do?
Asshole, but it's definitely going to be a difficult conversation
Yeah.
because it like has nothing to do with their relationship.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with their chemistry per se.
Yeah.
It's
You're
everything
saying
the
it's not the
two.
relationship that's the problem. It's like the daughter and the
Right,
parental.
something else is going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Wasn't it also like mentioned in the beginning that the mother
Carrie, yeah, the
Carrie was
original
the
bio
kid, I
mother.
think, no?
that
Oh,
that
yeah.
Rose
she
was
was
the
also having an
child.
affair?
She was having an affair, so I wouldn't be
That's the cause of the
surprised.
divorce.
Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
she was like, oh, if she was projecting and being like, well, it doesn't really matter anyway, right?
And then,
Maybe
of
she
course, another
has.
thought I have is, why is this child so involved in her parents' romantic lives? But that's just me.
I don't know. Maybe she
Now,
was
also
forced.
begs the question, yeah, was she
Yeah.
coerced into doing that? Because
That's what I
how would
thought
she be able
too.
to find the dress so easily, kind of thing? Like she had an absolute.
I did
mission.
wonder that. Like, I don't know. I did wonder that.
Because it's like,
maybe she truly is. I don't know.
I was thinking, I was like, did Carrie tell her? Where she was like, hey, like, well, if your father doesn't get married to her, and she can't get married if she has a ruined dress. Like, if you ruin her dress, maybe like you or me and my dad, me and your dad can get back together.
Oh God, the thing is, like,
Yeah,
that's not
she was
impossible.
like still wanting to go back to him.
Right.
But he didn't want anything to do with her. So because of that fact, if she had manipulated her own daughter, coerced her into doing that because she couldn't do it, but someone on the inside could.
Yeah.
Then
I think they talked about too that they had pretty much done everything in the book to abuse them. So this would be right up their alley.
Yeah, so very much manipulative ex-wife pushing on to child, and I don't think it like she definitely deserves a chance. She needs to have a better environment is all.
Yeah.
No, I hear that.
Because kids aren't inherently. I know I don't like kids, LOL meme, but like kids aren't inherently evil like that, right? Or like whatever.
I wouldn't be like, she's a
It's
teen,
nurture
you
versus
know.
nature, and it's the nurture that had done that.
Yeah, I think I don't know, it's complicated because regardless of the circumstances, I think ultimately it depends on if this woman wants to go through it. But I mean, at the end of the day, a dress is a dress. It's just a material object versus this is somebody that she loves and his daughter. And so if she really loves him, then the answer is like, don't leave him just because of this, because his daughter is misbehaving, because she's probably in an emotionally sensitive, difficult position. And really, it's everybody, we need some family therapy, like we all need to work on this together. Everybody gets in front of a person and like talks about it. So I think that that's the situation. I think, but at the end of the day, like I understand that like the dress means something different too. It was not just about the dress. It was an attack on her, like she did that intentionally to hurt her, but she's just a kid, like like you said, Chammy, I kind of like lol kids, but ultimately like she's a kid that is hurting, and you have to be like, give her some grace and like work on this stuff together. And you guys probably should have already been doing this a long time ago. Even if she's in therapy, you need to be in family therapy.
Like she didn't just ruin your dress because she's a spiteful little whatever. Like she's
exactly
clearly disturbed, right? Like
exactly. And something obviously could be going on with the bio mother as well, and like everybody all needs to get together in a room and talk about what is appropriate and what's not appropriate, and how we can get along and be happy together. But I don't think that she should like leave him just because of that. I think that it's hard, but I mean, having kids is really hard. Having kids sucks. Like there's a lot of awful things.
This is why we don't have
kids.
Yeah, that's why the chat's full of our pets instead of children.
Yeah. But that's like, if she wanted to sign up to like be a mom, this is what being a mom is. It just is.
Like,
I
Like-
imagine it's even harder when it's not your
not
kid.
your own. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. When it's not
But
your
you
own
knew
and you have
that
to
from the
pick it up.
get-go, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. And
rough.
if you feel that way, then don't marry or don't get in a relationship with parents. Like,
Yeah, you shouldn't have let it get this far. Is really
Yeah.
what it comes down to. Like you should have
Yeah.
seen like I can't take it. So I mean, if she really can't hack it, then yeah, I mean, the worst thing that could happen, like I wouldn't want her to be like, I'll stay, but I'm going to become emotionally abusive to this girl
Yeah,
because
right,
I
right.
hate her. You
Right.
know,
Or they're at
because she's a
war
little
or
brat.
whatever,
You know.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like she's already on the verge of that, which is just like, that's not great
Basically.
either.
In that case, I mean, you can't. You can't
yeah.
just make her go away. You
I
know,
agree.
so you either want to do the work or you don't.
Yeah.
That was kind of another thought I had too, to be honest, was that like, I don't know, being at war with a child over your husband is kind of cringe. Like, I don't know. She's
Damn.
not competition. She's like a child. I don't. That was
I
another
felt
thought.
that. I felt that. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, like I
Yeah.
don't.
I just
I
get the
don't
vibes
know.
that it's a matter of the mother manipulating the child to do so.
Yeah, because that's not unheard of for like parents to involve their kids in their like bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? That's what
Especially
like
when
Amber
they
alerts
mentioned
and
something about mom saying eventually he'll come back, something along those lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I can
So this other
reread
woman's in
that
the way of
part.
that.
cringe.
It says, where's that? Right here. Alan told me that he and Carrie had been high school / college sweethearts, and she had always held on to hope that he'd come back to her.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
She's feeding that thought into their daughter's head.
Mm-hmm.
Pring.
yeah, especially if like the daughter wanted that for a long time. She was just like, I want that environment again. And then her the bio mom is like, well, you can have what you want, just make sure you like fuck up the entire wedding, but Krep had the same thought here. Krep says the post also said that apparently the bio mother hopes to get back together with the father or something along those lines, didn't it? Yes. So yeah, I think we're all on the same page here in that in thought, thinking that being a possibility, that wouldn't be too surprising, I think. So
Yeah.
What did the comments say?
oh, you know what I freaking realized that I didn't do? Did not. That's fine. You're all right. That's fine. What do the comments say? Let me read them. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Top comment says, your relationship with her is a part of the marriage. I wouldn't get married if that isn't right. It'd just be as ridiculous as marrying him when your relationship isn't right. So they're saying that it's a package deal, like you said. Somebody says, at 1.7k, is this the future that you want? Think about it thoroughly. It's going to be a tough road ahead, and I think you should prioritize yourself and your mental health.
I agree with that comment.
Yeah. 1.1k. I've been in a similar position, but I ran after 1.5 years because no man is worth my own peace. In hindsight, the best decision ever. My current fiance has an almost 18-year-old, and he actually parents her. So this makes all the difference. Don't do this to yourself. You're worth so much more. Send Alan and Carrie the bill and never speak to them again after that. Interesting.
The bill.
So it sounds like from most of these comments, people are saying don't get back together with them. So yeah. That is one of them. That is what the comments have to say. But yeah, thank you for your input, everyone. We're gonna move on to the next story unless somebody else has something to say. Well, okay. So the next story is, it's an Am I the Asshole for ruining, quote, quote, a bachelor party and uninviting myself to the wedding. Let's see. See how this goes. I'm the asshole for ruining. Yes. All right. So, am I the asshole for ruining a bachelor party and uninviting myself to the wedding? I married my husband 5 years ago for his wait, let me make sure you guys are showing up on stream. Very good. Awesome. For his bachelor night, his best friends took him out to a restaurant. The three split his cheap meal, drink, and one shot. It was pretty underwhelming and only took an hour, but we didn't say anything. These guys were 25, lived at home, no bills, and all worked, so they could have done more with the year's notice they had to plan it. 5 years later, his best man is getting married, and he is best man for him now. My husband spent months trying to organize ideas for a bachelor night, but in the end, the groom told him that he wants exactly this: everyone to bring alcohol to his home to pregame, then 2 Uber XLs on a Saturday night, in the most expensive part of town, for the 8 men to go to a Brazilian steakhouse, $63 per person, and then 2 Uber XLs again to a club where they will get 2 bottles of table service, each bottle being of 750 milliliter Sky vodka, which is $300 before tip because a cute girl brings it out. Then 2 more Uber XLs to the casino, where they'll rent a room that sleeps 4 people for 8 men for $500 a night and spend the night gambling. So at this point, we're looking at being out $1.2K up front while they get us back. And now he's saying he wants to rent the room Friday night as well. My husband has agreed to everything but the casino hotel, as he's out of the party phase and wants to just come home, so we wouldn't be going in on it either. This has apparently ruined the entire bachelor party, and the groom called us last night to ask why he won't just go along with everything, and then accused us of having money issues. Hubby made it clear that we're fine financially, but unlike them, we own a house. They're all childless. We have 3 kids and a ton of extracurriculars. This is how we choose to spend our extra money now. On top of this, he still has to rent a suit for a couple of $100, and we still need to get a nice wedding gift. So I feel like this financial ask is out of hand. I made a comment that the groom heard while he was guilting my husband over the phone for one and a half hours that they didn't do anything for him, so they should be happy we're going in on any of this absurd request. So the next 30 minutes, the groom attacks me and my relationship with my husband. Example, he claims he didn't do anything for my husband's bachelors because he wasn't sure we were going to make it. I had been with my husband for 5 years at this point, so I went ahead and re-RSVP'd for just my husband to attend, and declined for me and the kids. I offered to pick him up so he can drink all night with the guys even. So I've been stewing on this all day at work. So please let me know if I/we are the assholes for not going along with this entire multi-day expensive bachelor party and bowing only myself and the kids out of attending the wedding.
Not the asshole, and these guys sound like man children.
Agreed. Not the asshole, and bachelor parties are so fucking stupid.
That too.
They are really dumb.
Bachelor and bachelorette parties that are like really excessive like this. What are you
You're
celebrating?
married away. You'll never be free again.
Let me cheat on
You
my
are
partner.
free.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I love
like,
that. It's always like, oh,
yeah.
it's my last day single. Well, fun fact, you haven't been single.
Yeah, it's
So,
Right?
yeah,
cringe. It's trouble. It's no.
it sounds like it's perhaps the groom trying to find a way to have a party with his bros without having to foot the bill for it.
It does sound like that. Now,
Yeah.
personally, I feel like this is a very obvious, am I the asshole, right? Obviously, you're not the fucking asshole. Now, the question is,
Right.
do you think that after the wedding, the husband should stop being friends with his best man?
If he's gonna say shit about his wife like that, potentially, yeah. to be honest.
Yeah. Would you feel like it was like it would be crossing the line if he didn't? For you?
That depends on like how long they've been friends, like da 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 da. But like I would definitely wouldn't be like impressed with this dude from there on out. But that's just me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Me?
Getting demoted from best friend to just casual friend.
Casual friend?
For starters.
Yeah.
You've been demoted after talking shit about my wife.
For real.
My wife.
You're casual now. Period. This.
What about you guys? You have to say about that?
Yeah, I think that would just be like the baseline, at least like demoting them to like casual friend to just, you know, not speaking again.
Demotion is so funny.
Demotion is demoted.
We lost a social rank.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like a persona social rank.
Yeah, social link has gone down.
Yeah.
In the Sims, they have the negatives above their heads.
You picked the wrong
Jamie,
dialogue
to
line.
be
Minus
so
point.
real,
Yeah.
I like do that in my real life. Like
Yeah.
I have an interaction with someone and I'm like, oh, that was a minus interaction. I literally see it in my like mind and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was plus interaction. Like I literally do that. I think like I give the guy an opportunity to apologize because he could be angry, he could be heated and saying something he doesn't mean. But if he doesn't, then
That is fair. I guess a wedding is big emotions. That is fair.
yeah.
That is true.
I mean, ultimately
Yeah.
though, like I don't think that she should tell him he shouldn't be friends with him.
Yeah.
That's like not excellent partner behavior. I think that he should just himself want that. To be like, hey bro, like fuck off. Like this is my wife. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think it would hurt you if he didn't though? Like, and he continued to be friends with him despite what, you know, his friend had said about you?
I think.
Yeah, I think I would be mad.
Yeah, I'd be like a little hurt at first, but it's also like you're the one making this decision, and if you're gonna be around toxic people, then it's going to affect you eventually.
So you're saying like, hey, whatever happens to you because of this relationship that you've continued to keep close, that's on you, and it's not
You're
fully...
saying fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah.
And when you fuck around, I don't know, would you, I mean, yeah, I mean, you'd help them, but like at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I can't imagine. I don't want to do the I told you, because I told you was toxic too, but
You're a better woman than me. I don't know if I could resist. Like
I don't want.
I'm kind of kidding, kind of,
sort of, a little bit. No, I might give you the eyes that said I told you, but I might not say it out loud.
I just might.
The eyes will imply it all.
I won't say it out loud, but you'll know I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'm heavily implying.
Yeah,
Well,
he
Jun,
fitted
what do
you
think
with.
personally. Like, would you be mad if your husband was still like friends with this guy, or like what would you think?
I would feel a little hurt because I'm just like, dude, he literally just told me that he just literally shit on our relationship right now. Like, what the fuck?
Like our marriage.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think I'm also the type of person to get over it within 2 days. Because you've seen me get over it within 2 days, where I'm just like, well, he ain't shit anyway. Anyway, bye-bye. I have kids. I got shit to do. I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be upset, but I definitely would be like, he said what? He said who? Not about me.
That's something I would remember. I keep in my brain, but
No,
like whatever he
right.
did, it's
Right.
like whatever. Yeah.
Or yeah.
Dro will remember this.
Yeah, I will
Literally.
remember, for sure.
Literally. The reason why I asked this question is because I was in a predicament myself. Shammy knows this predicament actually. She's like, I do.
I'm building my flower. I'm just building my sunflower.
Yeah. Where
I'm making my sunflower.
where a husband and wife, they had been together, and for a while, I would say like 2 years. They don't have kids or anything, but they've been together.
Thank God.
Shammy.
Anyway.
Where basically a falling out happened between the wife and the husband's essentially like childhood friend. Like they had been friends for, I would say, 15 years by then. And essentially the friend had kind of accused the wife of kind of being manipulative and just being just a bad person essentially, and was kind of done with her talking to her or doing anything. And the wife basically gave the ultimatum. She was extremely upset at the husband for not standing up for her and saying, like, why don't you just cut off this person because they're saying things about me and you're okay with him saying that. So I was just kind of curious, this is a similar situation, like what you guys thought about that, honestly. Do you think that that was something she had the right to be upset, you know? But it sounds like you guys.
Her feelings are valid if someone's talking shit.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? You can feel how you feel, but at the same time, you can't tell adults what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. That relationship that marriage no longer exists, and the basis of the reason why was because she had lost Shammy.
Sorry, a petal flew off. Oh no.
She said that she had lost all trust and feeling of loyalty from him because he wouldn't stand up for her. So question mark, you know, but just wanted your opinions, I guess. I should count this, but I'm not gonna. All right. I'm gonna count. I'll count this later. I'm gonna hope that I've not skipped any stitches. Okay.
Playing with fire, I see over there.
Yeah, well, I like to play dangerous games. Yeah, I like to play dangerous games. That's just my.
It's a unique piece.
I was looking all over for this petal. I thought it like flew off. It was just like on the keyboard mat below my desk.
Oh.
I thought it like went into orbit. I was like, where is it? I was shaking my blanket out and stuff.
Let's move on to the next story. And I think this will be
done.
Woo, let's go. It's cute. Where are you gonna put it? If you're gonna put it anywhere.
It's a sticker. It's a sticker. I'm gonna stick it on something. I'll figure it out later.
It's a sticker? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it becomes a sticker when you're done.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this might be our second to last story because I can't be up too late, unfortunately. I've got work in the morning. I'm sorry again for stalling you guys. I've got because of my poor doggo.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm glad the dog's okay now, right?
Yeah, he seems to be fine. He's not throwing up anymore. Okay, so this is the dad. My dad came to my apartment with gifts for 2 young kids, and I don't have any kids. Series. And I say series because it's a 2-parter. Let me go and grab part 1 and I'll grab part 2. Okay, so damn, this is long. Let me take a drink.
Good one to round us out.
Okay. Huh. All right. So this is from our relationships. Dad came to my apartment with toys for two young kids. I do not have any kids. Long-time lurker, first-time posting. I'm coming to you, the brains of Reddit that always find some angle I never considered, because my dad did something so wild yesterday and I'm spinning myself in circles about it. I'm trying to settle on an answer, but nothing really adds up. I'll break it down as thoroughly as I can, but my family has enough drama that could fill 10 novels, so I'll be very to the point about it. So, I will reiterate, again, that I do not have any kids, and I am not married. I've never been married, never even moved in with a man. Here are the people I can think of that might be involved in this, somehow. I have one brother, 27 male, and one sister, 22 female. Brother is in a long-term relationship with a nice woman, but they're both not interested in kids right now. Sister still lives at our mom's house, no kids, no long-term partner. My parents are divorced, and my mother remarried. Dad stayed single. He lives with my uncle, who's in his 40s, and uncle's wife, who's also in her 40s. Stepdad is fine. They get married after I was out of the house. Sister reports that they're normal and beige together. He has no kids and has never met my dad anyway, so his family can be removed from the equation. Here is what happened. I have a shitty, low-rent apartment about 45 minutes away from my dad's house. It is on the 3rd floor, and you have to walk into the apartment building and up flights of stairs to reach my door. Yesterday, around 6 p.m., my dad knocks on my apartment door. I wasn't expecting him, so when I answered, I was confused but pleasantly surprised. I greeted him normally, and he gave me a side hug because he had a few toy boxes in his hands. Like Fisher-Price toys for really young kids, even babies. I didn't say anything about them because I had no reason to assume they were for me, like I didn't even register them in my brain. He looked totally normal. Wasn't breathing weird, wasn't sweaty, pupils weren't huge, nothing was off with him visually. When we hugged, I didn't smell anything weird either. No alcohol, no smoke, or anything. But my face wasn't too close to him. I said I was happy he dropped by, but why was he here? He said he was in the area shopping when he saw these toys, which he then held up for me proudly, and wanted to give them to the girls. I said, who? And he gave me 2 names that I didn't recognize. I remember my brain sorting through the Rolodex of everyone I've ever met in our family Terminator style, and nobody matched. As I'm standing there trying to match the names to any kids I knew of, he peeks over my shoulder into the apartment and asks if the kids are here or if they're with Mike. Again, who is that? Apparently, it's my husband. I must have been radiating confusion now because my dad is just looking as confused as I am, but still keeping a good mood sort of vibe. I tell him I am not married and I have no kids. At first, he insisted that I did. And then when I reiterated, he just kind of shook his head. At this point, I'm getting really concerned. Is my dad lost? Confused? Is he having some kind of breakdown? I ask my dad if he knows where he is. He starts to get frustrated really quickly and confirms that yes, he knows where he is and who I am. I start to ask him questions that I've seen in movies like, do you know what time it is? Or the year? And he gets more and more angry. He starts shouting at me right in my face and yelling, you think this is funny? And are you trying to make me look stupid? There's bubbles of spit in the corners of his mouth. He went from 0 to 100 so fast, it genuinely scared me, and I just retreated a bit into my apartment. When I backed away, he took it as a personal offense and started screaming, oh, now you're scared. You're scared of me. Then I'll just fuck off then. He storms off, literally stomping his feet like a child down the hallway. I thought about chasing him, but he's so irate that I didn't think it was a smart move. Whole interaction was less than 5 minutes. I closed, locked my door, and immediately started making phone calls. Called my mom, uncle, and siblings. No one has any idea what just happened. I asked my mother and sister if I was the crazy one, and did I have children and just forgot about it? They confirmed I certainly did not. Uncle says that Dad left the house around 4 p.m. to run errands in my area, so that part is true. I told him what happened, and he said he'll try to figure out what's going on and would call with updates. It's tomorrow morning, and I haven't heard anything back. I spent all night trying to figure this out. So here are my theories. 1, he has another kid somewhere else that none of us know about. The kid is married with 2 kids. And if that's true, why my apartment? Did he confuse me with another hidden kid? He confirmed he knew he was where he was, so I wasn't sure. Did he drive here on autopilot? He had to get out of his car and walk all the way up here though, which should have been enough time to snap out of it. The anger must have come from him realizing what he had done and panicking, but it had been so easy to make up a lie about what happened. 2, he had some kind of mental breakdown. This was my first thought, but he looked and acted so normal. He drove out here and went to a store and purchased items without issue, so he must have been in decently sound mind to do that. Maybe he's somewhere else in his mind. I considered the idea that maybe he was in the past and thought I was someone else. But again, he confirmed where he was and who I was, and I didn't recognize any of the names as someone in our family. 3, he did this on purpose for some reason. I have no idea why he would do this. Drama? Our whole family loves to stir the pot, but this is extreme, and it makes him look bad, which is out of character. If he were to manufacture drama, he would want to make himself look good, so this would be a drastic switch in his dramatics. Maybe sympathy? Maybe he's going to play this up as some kind of stress breakdown? As far as I know, his job doesn't squeeze him too much. He's had the same position for years and was pretty happy with it. The most he complained about was having to work overtime every once in a while. And 4, he's developing dementia. I know early onset dementia can be the cause, but he's just barely 50. Yeah, he's getting older, but he's not that old. And he's never shown any signs of cognitive failure until exactly this point. This is a huge escalation from nothing. So if anyone else has any idea what's happening here, please share. Uncle has yet to call me back, and my siblings can't get through to my dad's phone. I think it's dead. I left a voicemail and text on my uncle's line, but who knows if he's seen them. I don't have any authority in his life. The only one that does is my brother, and he lives in another state, so it's not like he can help much. What the fuck is happening to my dad?
My first thought is dementia.
Yeah, I
Because of my
immediately went
mother.
there. That's
She
sad,
has
though.
done stuff like that. She has bought clothes for people that are no longer with us. She'll say that people are at her home that aren't actually like that. That sounds like stuff my mother would do, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So dementia.
But who knows? Maybe it's some kind of really bad, not funny practical joke. I don't know. That everyone's in on, which would, in that case, that'd be really fucked and like make me really angry. But that's like a far-fetched answer.
I mean, it couldn't be more far-fetched than being possessed.
He's possessed by a parent of another. Who fucking knows?
Well,
One of
and
the
she
great
did.
grandmothers.
Oh
So
my
where are my
God.
grandchildren?
Oh,
Came
yeah.
back
She
from the
did
dead
say-
to list your father to make sure.
She did say that like he wasn't that old, but you know that doesn't really matter.
I mean, my
Yeah,
mom's not either.
no.
She's not even.
Yeah,
She was about mid-40s, 50 when she started developing
yeah.
hers. So,
And
yeah.
then she said that there were no signs, but then she further said that like he's not like super a part of her life, like so the signs can be small and you just have to like be around to see them. So
I was gonna say
but
like
the,
drug
the
abuse.
anger is what
another-
made me think like dementia because that's typically what happens. I mean, you can speak to that
Yes.
probably more, Shammy, but it's like
Yeah.
they get confused and then they get really mad about it. Like
Especially
super
if you
angry.
say like, no, this isn't the case. Like if you argue
Yeah.
them, they get like agitated about it.
Yeah.
So like
that's
really with
immediately why I was like,
dementia,
ooh.
yeah, with somebody with dementia, you're supposed to just go along with what they're saying. You don't tell them like, no, that's not true. That's not right. You have to go along with what they're saying, or else they get angry and
You
agitated.
basically have to go along with the bit while also trying to keep them in the home.
Exactly.
Otherwise
You
they're
have
gonna
to
wander
distract
being like, oh, I have
them.
to go get grocery, or I have to go
Yes.
see my supervisor or whatever. And
Yes,
then it's
you
like,
distract them
oh,
from.
but they called yesterday and they said you didn't have to come in today.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what the conclusion is, though. For sure.
This is rough. So I'm
Oh.
reading ahead. And for those who are not comfortable with gore or injuries or anything, please be careful. Anybody who is
Appreciate the heads up.
uncomfortable with like any type of inkling of like overdosing, please be aware. You can skip the story. But I will more than likely roll one more extra story, so when the wheel comes up, it's safe to come back. But yeah, let me go ahead and get into the story because it is a long update, but it is a very important one. Okay, let me. Yes.
True.
Yes, let's hydrate.
Stretch. Take care of yourselves. Cheers, everybody.
Sippy water and then sippy
Cheers,
iced coffee.
cheers.
Cheers.
This
And
is
my
water,
entire
liquid
fucking
death.
here.
I had
Donk.
water, but I have iced coffee too.
Does liquid death taste any different from actual water?
Oh, I got a flavored one. It tastes like Coca-Cola. Look, it's Coca-Cola flavored, but it's still water. If you look at it, it's clear.
Is it like the LaCroix, like there's a cup of Coke sitting on a windowsill 3 feet above you? Is it like that, or does it actually taste like Coke?
Not a sponsor. No, yeah, it tastes better than Coke.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't tried this is sold exclusively at Target.
Oh,
now it's
you
on
know
like
what I
a
realized?
commercial. But yeah,
Dro,
only Target sells it.
can you turn on share chat, by the way? I totally forgot to ask you. I meant to ask you. I meant to ask you like 2 stories ago, but I totally forgot.
It's okay, it's okay.
Perfect. Let's go.
Woot.
Again, not a sponsor. Yeah.
What was
Why
that?
not? Sponsor Dro. Coca-Cola.
Yeah, why not?
They should though. I drink nothing but this. This is pretty good.
Okay, so for the update. Hi everyone. I wanted to wait until I had more information to post an update, but a lot of people were seriously worried about my dad and I, so I wanted to let everyone know what happened. I finally found my dad. My uncle took him to the hospital the night of the incident and was, for reasons I'll get to, ignoring our calls and texts. Anyone who bet on head injury and drugs, you're correct. You can cash out your chips at the front counter, haha. There's no second family. I wish there was. My dad would just be in a drama-related trouble and not medical trouble. He's got a massive concussion and serious brain damage. Doctors don't know how he managed to even drive to my apartment safely. They think he's on autopilot since he takes that freeway nearly every day. The Phantom kids are his coworkers. His brain somehow blended the details of his coworker's life into his own. Coworker has a daughter who is married and has 2 kids. And the memories of being told about the girls matched together with memories of his own daughter. Doctor says that this is pretty common with head injuries. My uncle did find my dad and take him to the hospital. He did drive out to my area and score the place looking for my dad and eventually found his car outside a Walmart around 10 p.m. Couldn't find him outside, but he did find him behind the building, harassing an employee for a cigarette. He grabbed my dad and kind of dragged him into the car and took him to the hospital. He just decided not to update anyone because he, quote, didn't want to stress us out. I don't believe him. I think my uncle is responsible for what happened to my dad and was avoiding us out of guilt. After I posted here, I went to work, and once I was clocked out, I went to my dad/uncle's place. Dad and uncle's cars were gone, only my aunt's was there. I went and knocked, but no one answered. People in my last post mentioned carbon monoxide poisoning, and I was kind of freaking out, thinking my aunt was just fucking dead inside. So I went into the house, testing the doors and windows to see if I can get in. The back door was unlocked, so I let myself in and looked around. Totally empty. I even checked beneath the bed since a couple of people mentioned my dad could be paranoid or scared or hiding. My aunt has this giant purse and it wasn't there, which confirmed to me she was probably with my uncle. I went back, sat in my car, and started calling any hospitals and jails that came up on Google Maps. Nobody has any answers and just said he wasn't there. I even called the cops for a wellness check, just to see if maybe they could call around hospitals and get a different answer. But I waited until 11 p.m.-ish and literally nobody came. No police, no family, nobody. I drive back home and try to get some sleep. Next day, I call out of work and spend the day driving around my area to find my dad. Couldn't track him down, so I started calling hospitals again. There's 3 in my area, and while 2 of them gave me, "No, I'm sorry, he's not here," one of them got really nervous over the phone and said, "I'm not supposed to give out patient information." I got suspicious, kept asking, and she got more and more flustered. I hung up and drove my ass over there and saw my uncle's car in the parking lot. It was kind of late. The sun was down, but I wasn't keeping track of time, so there were only 5 cars in the visitor area, and his was one of them. I do not have the words to describe what I was feeling, but it was mostly just rage. Like, what the fuck? Hello? He's been here the entire time? I went in and tried to get the receptionist to let me see my dad. She didn't really want to let me, and I'm not proud of it, but I started freaking out. I slammed my hands on the desk, screamed, knocked over a magazine rack. I guess my tantrum made someone go talk to my uncle and aunt since she came out to the waiting room and told the receptionist it was fine to let me through. If she didn't look so tired and sad, I was going to maul her, but the look on her face made me calm down, if you call it that. Long story short, she took me to my dad's room. He looked terrible. None of you know my dad, but he's a beast. He's 5'11" with massive smile lines and bright shining eyes. He's my dad, so I'm biased, but he was always full of life. Lying in the hospital bed, he looked dead already. Sunken eyes, lifeless, and droopy face. He looked empty. I was able to talk to him for a bit, but he was totally out of it. He had to be reminded who I was several times, and kept forgetting where he was and why he was there. Just like my dad, when I get upset, I get angry. I practically drag my uncle out of the room and into the hallway for an explanation. So after 20 minutes of him...
Oh, baby!
I will finish up this story before I go ahead and say hi to the raiders, but thank you for the raid, Frito, okay?
Hi,
I will.
Frito. Hi, Frito.
Hi, Frito. Let me shout you out really quickly, okay? I'm finishing up this story and I don't want to stop it.
Well, I can do that if you want.
No, I got it. Thank you, though. After 20 minutes of him making excuses and beating around the bush, another reason I think he's guilty, he told me what happened. Apparently, Monday morning, my dad, quote-unquote, fell, getting out of his car, and cracked his head really hard against the driveway. He got up, and everyone thought he was fine, so they just went inside the house as normal. After a while, he had a headache, so they gave him a couple prescription painkillers to ease the pain. Apparently that worked, so they just let him continue his day as normal. They only got concerned when I called and told my uncle what happened. He kept being so weird and evasive that I know there was more, but I couldn't wring his stupid fucking neck in the hospital hallway, so I just let it go. Here's what I think happened.
Well.
Here's what I think happened. I know my uncle and dad, and I know the history of this stupid family like the back of my hand. I think my dad and uncle got into a fight over something, and dad was either pushed down or hit in the head by my uncle. The altercation gets resolved somehow and they go back to normal, but my dad's head still hurts. I learned at the hospital from the doctor that there were enough painkillers in his body to numb a horse. So I suspect my aunt and uncle just kept feeding him painkillers so they wouldn't have to take my dad to the hospital and admit what they did. I pressed my aunt about the painkillers, and she eventually halfway admitted that they weren't exactly allowed to have them at all. I suspect she bought them off someone else. They're likely addicted, and I just didn't know. I'm almost 100% sure that this is their fault. If they had taken my dad to the hospital as soon as he hit his head, he would probably be okay. I'm staying at the hospital now, and my aunt and uncle have left. Doctor says to not get my hopes up about my dad. But when doctors say that, it always means that he's actually going to be okay, right? That's always how it goes. They always tell you that your family member probably won't make it out, but they always prove them wrong. I'm sorry, but the rest of this is going to be venting. Do you want me to read the venting? I can.
We
feel
need
like.
context, right? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You know what really gets me?
This is where the sugar comes in.
I couldn't handle all of this. I could understand it. My uncle and aunt have always been less than reliable. I can believe that this could come from them. The hardest part is a lack of concern from literally anyone but me. I had to blackmail my brother, drama from a year ago, to even get him to agree to fly out. My mother doesn't even care. My dad's family doesn't care. My sister kind of cares, but she doesn't really want to help, or even come support me in the hospital with him. I am just so shocked that I'm the only motherfucker here for my dad, and he doesn't even know who I am right now. I have to take time off work, but it's not like my job gives me PTO. I'm absolutely fucked. My dad is fucked. My life is fucked. Why am I the only one dealing with this? My brother is the only one of us with time and money to help fix this, and I had to threaten him just to get him to come back home. I wish I had chased my dad when he left my apartment. I was afraid of him, but I'm even more afraid now. My dad is probably going to die, and I trusted the jackass who killed him with helping him. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with everyone? Why doesn't anyone give a shit about my dad? And why doesn't anyone give a shit about me? I could have been a better daughter to him. I could have visited more, called more, involved him in things more. I could have chased him when he left my apartment. I might have gotten hurt, but I would have been rather beaten to a pulp than sitting in a hospital bed with my unconscious and probably dying father.
Doesn't help to think like that. I totally get, but it so doesn't help.
I
My heart
know.
hurts for OP. Ugh.
I am so fucking stupid, and I am sorry, Dad. There. Ouch. That hurts.
I mean, on one hand, I'm glad it wasn't dementia, but I don't know that that's much.
That's
better.
not better. That's really
No.
rough. That's
Also,
really
I
rough.
finished my flowers.
Let's go, sunflowers. Let's
Sunflowers,
go.
I finished them.
Well, you can pass a sunflower to OP. Hopefully things
Yeah,
went
I will.
well.
I would happily.
Yeah.
If I can share, if I can be like vulnerable for a little second. I know, like we said, we cleared that it wasn't dementia, but when I was first dealing with this stuff with my mother, as you guys know, here's all the flowers together, by the way, they're so cute.
Very
If you guys
cute.
don't know, I'm an only child, and so
Okay.
I did have my aunt helping me, but she, without talking to me about it, which I'm still upset about, dumped it all in my lap and told me to deal with it. I'm an adult now, I'm a big girl, I can deal with it myself. And quite literally told me she didn't want anything to do with it. So, I had a hard time with that because I'm an only child. My parents were never married, so there isn't much my dad can do. He does his absolute best to his credit, but there's not a whole lot that he can do. So a lot of it is indeed on me. And I had always kind of said to myself, like, man, I wish I had siblings to help me. It feels so unfair that I have to do all this by myself. When I joined, I joined like a Alzheimer's dementia support group, and I shared my thoughts. I was like, you know, I really wish I had some help. I wish I had siblings to help me out with this, or somebody that is related to me and understands the unique feelings you could have about this, right? Like,
Yeah.
Bree obviously does his best too, but like at the same time, he's not like
He's
related
limited.
to us, right? If
Right.
Exactly. So a lot of the people there said, you know, I do have siblings. They don't help me at all. It reminded me of OP's story in her little rant. Like, I have siblings, but they did the same thing. They fucked off. They don't help me at all. They do nothing. So.
Well, thank you for being vulnerable with that. That's really,
Of course.
yeah, that's a lot of information. Like there's so much, like with the medical field, that's so important, and just it's hard to navigate sometimes too. So yeah, I totally get it.
I'm just gonna stop sharing since I'm done my craft, but I'm still here.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for doing your craft.
Very lovely bouquet.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
exactly.
vulnerable.
Of course.
Yeah,
You guys are my friends.
100%.
So. You too, chat. You're my friends.
Yeah. Chat,
Both
you're
chats, both
friends.
you chat.
We're friends. But yeah, I don't really have like you know, Shammy and I, we're both good at administration things that we've been doing it for a long time. but just because we are good at administration things, it doesn't really, like, the medical field is a different world, I feel like, and you kind of have to navigate it differently as a result. So
Well, confidentiality is huge. Like patient confidentiality is a massive.
so
thing.
I actually have a question for the woman, I guess the receptionist, who was like, you know, like, I'm sorry, like, your dad isn't here, or I can't give out patient information. When it is like their daughter, does that's still the case too, even though like the
The thing is
like-
that like the person behind the desk on the phone has no way to prove who's on the phone. Anybody could call and say that.
right, but even when she was in person though, they wouldn't let her.
Unless they are the power of care or next of kin, they can't really do anything.
Okay. I understand. Well, thank you for all that information. That's awesome. Any other comments about this story? I mean, I know that it's kind of sad at the end. For sure. It's fucked up. That is fucked up for sure.
Maybe one more lighthearted?
Lighthearted one? Let's see if I can find a shorter one. Let me see if there was one here.
I didn't realize that one got so dark. I recommended that one. I didn't read it through.
No, you're fine. It's not like
dare
me.
you, Shannon.
I'm sorry.
Rito approved it.
Yeah, true.
How dare the both of you?
God damn it, Frito. Jesus.
Rings bell.
Wow.
How dare you?
Just passing blame.
Breaking her heart, Frito.
Yeah, passing the buck. Yeah.
I mean, it is February. It's home season.
Throwing casually.
Yeah,
into the end
thanks.
of the bus.
Thanks for the raid, and I guess the story, Frito.
It is February, so it's Wump season.
It is, yeah.
What season?
Wump.
Wump.
That's
It's
weird.
always Wump season, though. It's always
What's that? What's that?
Wump is like Hurt Comfort. Stories come out, release a lot on threads and AO3 and fanfiction stuff
Never
Oh,
heard that
okay.
before.
for creative works.
Wump. Is that where your name comes from? That's great. That's wild. That's wild. I cannot
Oh, he's
believe
just a little guy.
you're just a little guy.
Yeah. Wumpkin comes from 80,000
Whoa.
years ago. When the first Animal Crossing was out. That was
Oh.
his name. He just came up with the name. Wumpkin from Wumpton, and he has used it since.
Oh,
Gotcha.
That predates us, which is saying something because our 19-year anniversary is in May. So
What is that? What is that? Like Nintendo 64 Animal Crossing? Or are we talking?
Like the original Japanese Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
well, it would be the North American one, but
The GameCube.
I
one.
think
Mhm.
the first. Hold on,
it was.
because there was one on the GameCube, but I don't know if that was the first one.
I'm pretty sure it was.
It
'cause
was.
I got like a bundle with my first GameCube ever. I'm pretty.
Oh, it was on 64. Did I say on 64? I meant to say GameCube. I'm sorry, I'm a fake gamer. My
No,
bad.
you're not wrong though, because I
Yeah,
think
what
the
is that?
Japanese
I don't know.
one is on
Yep,
64.
GameCube.
Yeah, it was
yeah, I
originally on
just thought it
GameCube. I can prove I'm a gamer. The front of the disc is green. I can tell you it's green. Please,
It needed a
please.
huge memory card for the time. It needed like.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
that's literally like I had a GameCube, but I couldn't play almost anything because of that. And actually, Wump had to lend me his game card, his like memory card, so that I could play that, and so I could play Sims Bustin' Out.
Dude, that game was fucking amazing, though. Okay, Sims Bustin' Out was actually amazing. It was a great game. I'm just saying.
Even that alone, Sims busting out is like, okay, we're going back. I see.
Oh my god. When literally things look like like very fuzzy ants on your screen, 100%. It was great. It was wonderful. I don't regret anything. Did somebody want to say something before I begin the next story? No? Okay. Okay.
no.
So this
Not
one
in
is a
relation to that, but as a joke. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Tell the joke.
Tell the joke. I want to hear your joke.
We need to laugh.
Back then,
yeah.
when 200 megabytes on a memory card was a big thing.
I
Yeah.
know, 200 megabytes. My God.
Like the old MP3s, and like they could hold 1 gig of songs. Oh my god.
I know,
my
that's
I
so
remember
many.
early
Yeah.
digital cameras, which had these teeny tiny little memory cards. Also, that there were digital cameras. That we needed to have a separate camera from our phone.
Remember the day of the devices? You had an MP3 player and your cell phone.
Yeah, you had all
and
the.
your digital camera.
All right, shout out for a second. I had a Zune and I fucking loved it. I was anti-Apple,
Yeah.
no iPod. I gotta have a chunky ass Zune. Oh, I love that thing.
Zoom.
What about a
Loved it.
Walkman?
Fantastic.
I had a Walkman.
Oh,
I was-
yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
had a
I had
no.
Walkman.
I had
Wait
a
a
CD
minute.
Or the
Walkman. I
iPod.
had a CD Walkman. I listened to
Yeah.
the American Indian album back
I
Shadow's
I
having
was
a
not
fucking like.
a
I
moment.
was not wealthy enough for a Walkman, a Sony branded Walkman. I
Oh
had the
yeah.
cheaper one where you would get like the 10 seconds of anti-skip. So like good luck. Trying to listen to it on the bus and you're like trying to like move with it.
You have to
Oh
like
my
press it
God.
down so that it doesn't skip. You have to like physically hold it shut with your hands.
That's
Like,
I could
fucked.
listen to my burned CDs of Thrice,
Oh my.
Christ.
and
Bring your
anime
CD collection
OSTs.
book.
Oh my god. The days. Getting old in here. Alright.
It is.
Can move
Back in the
on now.
day when I used to
Bye-bye.
listen to Fukai Mori on the fucking Walkman. God damn it. Breeze, probably eyes just light up.
Yeah.
OST. Burn
Thank you for
CDs,
Inuyasha
Ducky.
shit
No,
today.
that's what I was listening to fucking Inuyasha as well. Like I had a friend who
was
had the
too.
internet because I didn't have the internet and was bear
Ow.
sharing it. You know,
Bear
like
share.
downloading
Bear sharing.
downloading
God,
shit
bear
for me. I had both the Japanese and the English of the opening for Inuyasha. Felt pretty good about that.
Love
Let's
that.
go.
I
Mr.
did
Worldwide.
not.
Yeah, that's back in the
Oh my
days where
gosh.
this friend also we would do the Borders manga deals. You know, they always had a deal where it was like
Oh
buy
my
2 get 1
gosh.
free
Oh my
or
God,
buy 3 get 1
Borders.
free.
I was too
So
broke
we
to do
would
any of that, so I would just stay in fucking Borders for hours just reading manga.
Oh,
That
did
would
I
be
say
me.
Barnes and Noble? I meant Borders. I did not have a Barnes and
No,
Noble.
you said
Um
Borders. You said Borders.
okay, I thought I said Barnes and Noble for some reason. But anyway,
The day
yeah,
that
so
store closed. Oh
it
my God.
was I loved it so much there. And so my friend and I, we'd save up all of our money and I would buy the whatever amount to get the deal and then they would buy whatever amount to get the deal and we would just swap them back and forth.
That's actually
That's
so
like
cute.
That's
yeah, we just like
adorable.
and then
Yeah.
they would download LimeWire like anime and we would like swap
LimeWire.
it.
No.
I had
LimeWire.
relations with that woman.
Napster.
Napster. Oh my
Not
god.
Napster.
Not the Napster. LimeWire is wild.
Can I just say, like, this is a quick tangent, okay? But my dad has always been like a book nerd, right? Like, he always worked with books. He has a degree in like library tech and shit, library science. He was always such a snob about like manga and graphic novels. Like, he used to work in a high school library. And so that was when like graphic novels and stuff were becoming big, and like he'd get them in like they aren't even real books. Like people need to read real big books. Why are kids today reading graphic novel? Like he used to be like such a
Graphic
snob about it.
novels.
Or like we would go to like here the bookstores like the Barnes and Nobles or like Chapters, Indigo, that kind of thing. So like I had a friend that was like way more weebish at the time, note at the time than I was.
Yeah, now
But
you
she was
live
one of
with
the ones that let me
Bree,
get into
so
anime. Yeah. yeah. So,
Wow.
Whoa! Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
not friendly,
we
just
go,
fire.
he'll be the first to admit it. He'll be the first to admit it. So we go to Chapters.
No,
and
you
she
fucking
would wanna
Bree.
go. She would want to go to the manga section, and my dad would joke like the real books are over there. It's like dad, and now I clearly haven't grown out of it. It's not a phase anymore. It's like
I know. I think
dad
my
like that with music, so I definitely
music.
feel it.
Yeah.
I think my
That's my thank you.
my mom also thought I would have a phase with like anime and stuff. She knows I don't go to cons anymore, but I'm not against it. say?
My mom was like totally cool with it, and when I first started drawing anime, she was like, "This is great." She was always like, my mom was weird because she was abusive but also supportive, so go figure.
Yeah.
Um, weird.
Sweet.
Anybody with mommy issues in the chat, say away.
Ayo.
Yeah, no.
Ayo.
And mom would be like, "Yeah, you're
but-
doing a great job. What the fuck are you doing?" At the same time.
Damn.
Well, and so I would go though with my boyfriend of that time, and we would go with his dad to Borders to buy all the stuff or whatever. And I remember, so my favorite of that time, and I know you know this, June, because we've talked about this. Mars was my favorite,
Yeah.
and there's like one of the books that gets a little bit spicy, and I remember there was like a parental warning on it. And we were trying to sneak it in, so like hope he wouldn't notice, like it's fine, it's in a stack of like all these other ones because he was buying them for us for some reason. I
Yeah.
guess because we needed him to buy it because he needed an adult. I don't know, it was really funny trying to
Was
like
it
sneak it.
wrapped up? Was it those manga that were like all wrapped up in plastic and shit? Like the
No, I mean like it was, I think it did have plastic because it was like a higher rated one, but it wasn't porn. It was just like
yeah.
June's read this, she knows. There's
I
just
have.
like a scene in it that I thought you had. I thought we had talked about this, that you had read Mars.
No.
Mars, like the shoujo one.
Wait,
I
yes.
swear we talked about it. But fine.
You know what?
Yes.
But you don't have to say it on stream. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, look, we're
I
the hell? Come on.
did.
It
Totally
is
did.
girly pop time, okay? guys?
Ducky, come on.
We talk about our traumas and we talk about the manga we read in high school, okay? That's
Yeah.
Hand in hand.
There it
Don't,
is.
but you're
There you
gonna
all
put
guys
it in my
see.
chat. Oh my god. Brother.
It was great. But there is one book where they do have sexual relations, but it doesn't show anything. There's like
No.
strategically placed shinies for like her
It's
nipples, you know,
it's like
Question.
there's
implied,
shoujo
you
sparkles
know.
everywhere.
When
Yeah,
it was
Question.
he's
celestial.
on top of her,
This
but
person-
like
oh
they could be
my.
hugging. They could be hugging.
They could be hugging.
Is
They
this
could
hetero,
be
yaoi, or
For
yuri?
several panels.
tackling. It is.
just
It's
dancing,
het.
it's fine.
It's het
Uh-huh.
scum shit. So my bad.
Okay, okay.
I'm
it's
sorry. I
alright.
was a teen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My apologies. I read better.
Not into the yaoi, damn.
It's just that shit. Who cares?
I love that.
My bad, guys.
God.
I apologize. I apologize to the gay crowd. I swear. I read better manga or read.
Now, Nana was good shit. Nana was good shit, and that
it
was
was
gay, okay?
it was great.
Hell
That was
yeah.
actually really good
Yes.
though. Not not even gonna lie about it.
I'm gonna go. I don't. If I
I
could ever like
feel like I fucked
have
up
the
on this
hand
row.
power, I want to
I
draw
did this one.
you in Mars style, June. That would be the best like
That
meme.
would be so pretty, though. Actually, like, not ironically, that'd be so pretty.
I've never like I've always wanted to kind of draw like the shoujo style. Like I had joked about like drawing Trill or Shammy
Shoujo,
as like
yeah, Shammy and
like
Shoujo
Chobit
style.
style.
Yeah,
Like
very
Chobit, like
yeah.
overwhelming, like crazy dress, you know, kind of thing.
They
Massive
I love that
eyes,
shit.
big hair.
it is
soft
their
real-
it's their
But
aesthetic.
for June, I specifically would want you in Mars style with the like very weird long arms and legs. And yaoi hands, even though it wasn't yaoi, but it has yaoi hands in it, like 100%.
Oh,
It's definitely yaoi hands.
yaoi adjacent. We feel better about it then.
Yaoi adjacent.
I feel
As
better.
inspired by. Art
Anyway, we can do "Am I the Assholes" or whatever now. Now that we've gone down all that
Last
path.
one. We've got
I am
one
never
last
embarrassed,
one.
though. Not embarrassed ever.
You're like no regrets, no regrets, none
No
whatsoever.
regrets over here.
No regrets.
All right, guys, this is the last one. Okay, and we're gonna close out craft night with Mars and the story.
Perfect.
Excellent. Perfect.
The story is, and it's a little more lighthearted. This comes from our relationships. Let me put on some more music. Here you guys go. I'm sorry if it was silent the entire time. Alright. What do you mean, Ducky? 26 female, started a relationship with my boyfriend, 27 male, with a defined end date. The end date is coming up, and I no longer want the relationship to end. How do I bring this up and convince him to build a future with me? I met my boyfriend, R, a little over 3 years ago during our medical school's orientation. We were extremely attracted to each other and almost immediately started dating. We became roommates, quote quote, in the middle of our second year. Same house, but different rooms.
Roommates.
They were it's literally the meme, they were roommates. Same house, but different rooms, though we generally slept together. So here's the issue. For those who don't know, after people finish medical school and get their MD, they have to apply to residencies. The MD is a worthless degree without residency. Matching is done via a match list. You interview for spots in specific specialties and specific hospitals all around the US.
I know all about this.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is literally my job.
It creates a list ranking of all of your interview positions. Give that list to the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter and hope that you get a place high in your list. You essentially have an algorithm go down your match list until you're accepted to a hospital, where no other positions below that ranking are considered. The caveat is that there is something called a couples match, which ensures that couples stay together through the match. The downside is that one person ties their success in the match to the success of their partner by doing the couples match. We agreed from the start that we both wanted to pursue competitive specialties. I want dermatology, he wants ophthalmology? Sorry, I had to use my hooked on phonics for a second. Haven't done that in years, but it's fine. So we crossed off couples matching to make sure that we would both be as successful as possible in the match. Therefore, we agreed that the end of 4th year would be the end of our relationship if we matched in different cities. We've submitted our applications, are submitting our match lists in March, and I'm getting second thoughts about not couples matching with him. I guess my priorities have changed because I would rather go to a terrible hospital in the middle of nowhere than lose him. How do I bring this up to him? I know how ambitious he is, and I don't think he would appreciate the prospect of matching being more difficult, being dumped on him out of the blue. Am I expected to enter the conversation being willing to sacrifice some of my own ambitions to ensure that he succeeds through the match, even if we couple match? TLDR, relationship was expected to end next year and I don't want to. How do I approach the topic with my boyfriend?
I mean, can you not, like, still date? But, okay, I know this as doctors. I know a lot of doctors in the same program will date each other. That's a very common thing.
Yeah.
But also, though, my thing is, like, can you still not pursue your respective careers and maintain your relationship? It'll be hard, yes, but, like, it's been 3 years, right? That's also not that uncommon to date somebody from another school or, like, date somebody in another, like, specialty. Like, I don't think you necessarily would have to couples match in order to maintain your relationship, but that's just me. So, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm kind of like, what the fuck is couples? Like, why do you have... I guess, like...
We accept residents the same way. We accept residents the same way. We accept... sometimes we accept... they'll apply as a couple. We have a couple like that right now.
Like,
can you
explain? Like, do they still have to go together and, like, otherwise they'll both fail still?
No, not at all. But
so couples matching, if I get this right, you both apply for different areas of expertise, but together.
Yes, yeah.
Correct. Okay.
You're applying as like a unit.
So It
so
sounds
that you
like the
go to same
crux.
place.
Doggo cam.
It sounds like the crux of this is ultimately that they both really want to go for like these, like really competitive fields and everything, and that's like the problem because one of them may have to sacrifice if they try to do
Right.
a
That's
couples
my
match.
yeah.
So like she's basically saying, or they, I don't know what OP's gender is, I don't want to assume. They are saying that they
Male or
don't
female?
want to. Okay. I forgot if it said it or not. But
Is
anyway,
this
okay,
a
so
het
she
couple? No, I'm kidding.
yes.
Yeah, I know.
So she
Disgusting.
basically is saying like, you know, if I bring this up, he obviously is not going to want to like sacrifice his ability to be like super competitive and like super get like a really good match. So should
wanna
I
go in
have to
different
sacrifice
specialties.
myself?
They
Yeah.
wanna go in different specialties.
Yeah.
Like,
So it sounds like she's kind of like, you know, should I have to be sacrificing myself for this? You know?
I mean, part of me feels like don't sacrifice your future and job for a guy, but at the same time, they've been dating for 3 years. I don't know. Like,
I also
I feel like you don't have to give up one for the other. Sorry, June, go ahead.
no, I also just think that like it's fully possible that she's not the only one who feels this way. Like just talk to him and ask him and be like, hey, like how do you feel about our
Communication and
relationship?
Are you saying that the crux of like most of these, the issue with most of these is that they should just talk to each other instead of going on the internet?
What a wild idea.
Sorry, my bad.
Strangers? Oh my god.
My
Okay,
my
I know
fucking
from experience a lot
bad.
of doctors are socially inept, okay? I can say
They are
that.
because they have to sacrifice some shit, right? They've got to
They've been in school
sacrifice.
for like 20 years by the time they're doctors. Like,
Yeah, they only know like academics essentially. Yeah, like somebody says, first ask his thoughts on the opinion. Have an open discussion of all pros and cons, and think about the relationship, your future goals. I'm sorry, your life goals and career goals. Then think about if you'd give long distance a chance. If it works out, it works out, and if it doesn't, humans are flexible and adaptable. Interesting.
I mean, that is it too. She's just starting her career and like just leaving school, so like, who knows what else is out there?
I agree.
Like, I don't know. I'm not saying they should break up. I'm not.
Oh, this is cute. So somebody says, and this has 568 uploads. Wow, this story really hits hard. I am a retired doctor and watch friends go through the emotions that you have now. The match is crazy experience. The couples match is crazy squared. Out of undergrad, my wife and I have been married for 6 months. Both applying to grad schools was stressful. We were fortunate to be able to get spots in the same city, but not the same school. It was not our top choice city, but we got to be together. That was 30 plus years ago. We are sitting by each other right now. I'm glad we both got into the programs in the same city, but I'm more glad we decided to hitch our fates together. If a person can be lucky in love or in the residency match, I know which I would pick. But remember that I'm also biased. I am like asking a lottery winner if you should buy a ticket. That's kind of cute. Get it. But anyway, with that, I think if anybody else has anything else to say, I think we can wrap it up from there.
I wish I could follow them and wonder what's going on. Like, do you keep your relationship? Did you split?
Well,
do you have your job?
Drama?
Yeah.
This was posted 5 months ago, so maybe we
they would have been matched by now. They would have gotten their match by now. Match day has passed. I'm such a nerd. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Passionate about my job.
Is that how that works? Being passionate about your job like that? You just start talking about it like that? That's hard.
Whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Okay, so
couldn't be me.
I am looking at OP and it appears that they have not given an update. I'm sorry. But so that'll have to be up in the air. We'll never find out. Something like that.
This is Shammy going to the Reddit thread, commenting.
Please fucking tell me what had happened. Update us now.
DMing the OP. What happened?
Are you guys freaking in the same thing or what?
Did you get your happy ending?
Yeah.
Well, that's so cute.
You have the
That's a cute
job
one.
or the man or both. Like,
I mean, you
you
could
at least get one of them.
like. I feel like it's not impossible, you know, like just because you're matching.
No, a lot
Like-
of work for sure, but not impossible.
Like you could, I don't know. Like, either way, I don't know how this shit works. All I know is I wish them the best over time.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but yeah, I think that'll be it for our stories today. Thank you guys so much, so much for being with me today. Hopefully you had a lot of fun
It was a
crafting.
blast.
And
Yes.
yeah, and hopefully you had a lot of fun with your crafts as well. Here come the
I have
ads.
a whole volcano on my
Wah.
desk.
I know.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
can, if you can, and you're willing to
One more
share, yeah, go ahead and show it off. Let me blow you guys up real quick. Thank you. Nice and beige.
I just did some drawing. Where would you want me to post it?
You can put it in art. I see that Cammy is showing hers, so I'll go ahead and have you. Very nice. Okay.
I almost
Nice
got
job.
the dragon silhouette done, and then the background is supposed to be the lesbian flag for the lesbian combat.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I see that. I see that.
Nice.
That's good.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. Joe,
Thank you.
do you want to show me
Girls'
what you
turn.
you made? Stickies, very
Finish these
nice.
two.
Question: do you already know where you
This
want to
one's
put
half
them?
done.
That's pretty.
I have
like
a
that.
sticker book. I'm
Yep.
gonna stick them in my sticker book until I find a place they can live forever.
I love
They're
the
adorable.
That's so fair. I like the popcorn one.
Yes.
I see the future ones to your right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that one. They're cute though. I love that. Which one is your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose.
This one.
Oh yeah.
This one, of course.
Guys.
Of course.
Oh, no,
Of course, of
I'll
course.
take a box. Yeah.
Shammy, I know
like the
you're
pizza.
already done. If you want to, you can go ahead and share share everything that you made today in the art channel through apiary.
Sure.
If you are not part of for those in my community, if you're not part of my Discord, you can go ahead and see here. You can join my community of beelings. Thank you. Where you'll be able to see what both Shammy, Sam has been working on. I know Ducky is being a little bit more secretive about what she's working on, so I'll let her keep her secrets. Yeah, I know. What a
Dang.
secret Ducky. But yeah, so I think that'll be it for today. I'm gonna go. Well, first off, thank you guys again for celebrating the
Yeah, thanks for
first.
the
Thank you for
invite.
organizing this. You did a
Yeah.
fabulous job. You made one
Yes.
success.
Yes, thank you. I hope you had a lot of fun for sure.
Mhm.
And thank you for joining me for the first ever Girly Pop Day. So, day one.
Girly Pop.
Fun. But yeah, I will go and talk to chat for a little bit. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll talk to you next time. Some of you, I will see you very soon.
Tomorrow.
Very, very, very soon. So,
Yeah.
Very
look
soon.
forward to it. All right, bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. They're fun. Let me go ahead and move that stream together. Oh, it's still there. Either way, okay. So thank you guys. Oh my gosh, for being part of Girly Pop Week. Day one. What the? How come that's not showing up? Weird. Anyway, Girly Pop, yes! If you haven't already, please go and check out my collaborators. Let me go ahead and shout them out, all of them right now. We have Cami, we have Dro, we have QBJun VT, no. We have Ducky. Did I? Oops. Wrong Dro. I'm looking. Kit was supposed to join us today, but she couldn't, unfortunately. That's okay. She wasn't feeling very good. And yeah. So if you haven't checked out my fellow friends and collaborators, please do. They're awesome. I love them so much. Don't follow me. I'm just a cringe duck who doesn't stream. Ducky doesn't stream yet. Right? Yet. But she will. Right? You will. Art stream win? Yeah. Art stream? Okay, well, I mean, if you feel well enough, art stream win. Otherwise, it's whatever you're feeling, I guess. You know? Let me increase the volume for the music. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end here. Let me see who we want to raid out to. Before we raid out though, I totally forgot. Before I completely forget. Tomorrow, if you aren't aware of what's happening and if you haven't seen Twitter or anything like that, is Girly Pop Week Day 2. And Day 2 is going to consist of two things. Number one is going to start with Raft. Oops. Hold on. There we go. It's going to start with Raft at 7:30 p.m. CST. I'm going to be playing that with Tiger and Sam. And then same day, we're going to be pivoting to Monster Hunter Rise at 9 p.m. CST with Nia, Tiger, and Shammy. So you'll be seeing Sam and Shammy very, very, very soon. Very soon. So, other than that, let's see who's streaming. Okay, let's figure out who we want to raid out to. Imagine not knowing about Girly Pop Week. Ooh. Do we want to raid out to a fellow Girly Pop? I think we do. Nyx is currently streaming, so I think that's a great time to go ahead and raid out to Nyx. Okay, let's go and raid. Hopefully you guys are doing really well and you guys have had a great Monday today. I had a rough one today, but it's okay. Okay. Tomorrow will be better, and I can't wait to play Raft. I can't wait to play Monster Hunter Rise with everyone tomorrow. Girly Pop Week is amazing. So thank you for streaming. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Tomorrow will be better. Yes, had a great time this evening. Thank you guys for making me feel better. I wasn't feeling great starting stream because I was going through a lot of stress, but talking about stories and hanging out with you guys and crafting together definitely makes me feel better. And also just hanging out with people, like hanging out with you guys, hanging out with chat and stuff. So had so much fun today. Thank you for the invite. Of course, Ducky, we will see you for Codenames. I think it's the next one I will see you for. Let me double check. Yes, Codenames on Wednesday. So you will not be missing Ducky for very long. Should be there in about 2 days. Yes. Anyway, let's start the raid, guys. What do you mean? Did I spell? There. Okay, there you go. Yes, night Girly Pops. Yes, good night. My Girly Pops and Gily Pops. I will see you tomorrow for Raft. Yeah. Excited for it. Hopefully it's been everything that you've wanted. I feel like I haven't done like CNC in a very long time. So this was fun, right? This was fun. And I really hope to do it more, especially now that I have this project. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do it more, no? I'm gonna have to do it more. But yeah. I gotta make my Ruby Carbuncle. Night night girlies. Good night, Van. Good night. I will miss you. I will miss all of you in the meantime while I wait. Alright. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye, bees. Bye bye. Bye bye. Did I ever tell you that you guys are the best? Oh my gosh. No? No? Nobody said that? Well, you are the best. Say hi to Nyx for me, okay? I realized that we didn't have a raid message. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Raid message. Here's your raid message. Ah, what am I doing? Ah!